Wild boar, the fearless rebel of the forest. If chaos had a mascot, it would look like the wild boar creature that walks through forests like it owns the place, snorting, digging, and breaking every rule nature ever wrote. Covered in thick bristles, built like a tank, and powered by a brain sharper than you'd expect, the wild boar is one of nature's greatest survivors. It can live anywhere: forests, grasslands, deserts, cities, and even war zones. Scientists call it the most adaptable mammal after humans, which says a lot. These animals can run up to 40 kilometers an hour, swim across rivers, and dig with their snouts like living bulldozers. Their tusks are their trademarked razor-sharp curved weapons that keep growing throughout their lives, capable of slicing through predators or even trees. Despite their bulky looks, wild boars are fast, agile, and ridiculously smart. They've been seen using teamwork to outsmart hunters, even posting one member of the group as a lookout. And get this, they can remember locations for years, recognizing traps, patterns, and even humans who previously chased them. If pigs are farmers' friends, wild boars are forest revolutionaries. Of course, legends and myths have followed these tusked titans for centuries. In Greek mythology, the Caledonian boar was so ferocious it took an army of heroes to stop it, and that's not far from the truth. Ancient hunters respected them so much that slaying one was seen as a symbol of courage. In many cultures, the boar is considered a symbol of strength, fearlessness, and rebellion, the kind of energy that doesn't follow orders but makes its own. Old European folklore even claimed wild boars could sense lies, because they never backed down from the truth poetic, but it does capture their fearless personality. Some myths, however, painted them as demons of the forest, creatures born from rage. And to be fair, a charging boar is pure chaos on legs that won't stop until it makes a point or several. Yet behind all that ferocity lies incredible intelligence. In modern studies, wild boars have been observed using sticks to dig for food, a behavior once thought to belong only to primates. They also use mud not just for cooling down, but as sunscreen and insect repellent, literally nature's skincare routine. While we're out here buying SPF creams, wild boars are rolling in mud like, I got this. Their family structure is surprisingly human. Female boars, called sows, live in groups known as sounders, usually made up of mothers, daughters, and young. They're protective, organized, and fiercely loyal. Males, on the other hand, live alone most of the year, wandering like grumpy uncles who show up only during mating season. The mothers raise piglets with the same ferocity as any lioness, teaching them to forage, dig, and run from predators before they're even weaned. And piglets? They're ridiculously cute. Brown-striped bundles of chaos that squeal, explore, and cause trouble from day one. The stripes are actually camouflage, helping them blend into forest floors until they're old enough to join adult mischief missions. Wild boars communicate using over 20 distinct sounds: grunts, squeals, huffs, and even low-frequency calls humans can barely hear. They have exceptional memories and emotional intelligence. They can recognize their own reflection, form hierarchies, and even show empathy toward injured group members. That mix of brains and brawn is why they've survived since the Ice Age. Humans have tried to control them, domesticate them, and even eliminate them, and yet they still thrive on every continent except Antarctica. Now, let's talk about their more chaotic side, because wild boars are walking headlines of trouble. They raid crops, dig up gardens, steal fruit, and sometimes crash into urban neighborhoods like furry tornadoes. There are reports of them breaking into golf courses, supermarkets, and even airports. In Italy and Japan, they become unintentional comedians caught on camera stealing bags of chips or running through towns while police chase behind. But it's not all fun and games. They're also ecological architects. By digging for roots and worms, they aerate soil, plant seeds, and recycle nutrients, turning destruction into creation. Their constant digging creates natural microhabitats for insects and plants. Wild boars have adapted to everything from Siberian snow to Indian jungles to American suburbs, earning them the title of Earth's most unstoppable mammal. Yet, they're not reckless. They calculate risks, observe patterns, and teach lessons in patience and strategy. Their noses can detect food buried a meter underground, and their hearing is sharper than a wolf's. They're not pretty, but they're perfect built for survival in a world that's always changing. And believe it or not, They've even been known to mourn lost family members, standing quietly beside the fallen. Brutal, yet emotional duality of a warrior. What makes wild boars oddly relatable is their attitude. They're stubborn, independent, and will fight for what's theirs no matter the odds. They don't care about appearances. They care about freedom. They don't roar to prove power. They live it. They remind us that strength isn't about domination. It's about resilience. Humans have built walls, fences, and highways, but wild boars simply go through them or under them. Their population grows where others decline, proving that adaptability beats fear. They've inspired warriors, scared kings, and baffled scientists. And they have a sense of humor, too, sometimes stealing cameras, chasing motorbikes, or photobombing tourists in national parks. They're the meme lords of the wilderness. So next time you see a muddy field, think twice. You might be looking at the handiwork of a creature that's been defying rules since the dawn of time. Strong, clever, emotional, and unapologetically wild, boar is the perfect balance between fury and genius. And before we wrap this up, here's one last joke. Why did the wild boar become an influencer? Because it really knew how to go viral. In the deep silence of the forest, something moves, slow at first, then sudden, certain, unstoppable. It's not a shadow. It's not a myth. It's the wild boar, a creature that has outlived kings, empires, and ice ages. Its presence is a statement carved in mud and muscle. I will not be tamed. The wild boar is built like a warrior, short, dense legs like pistons, a skull that could challenge steel, and tusks sharp enough to rewrite history. Its eyes are small, but don't mistake that for weakness. Behind them is intelligence that rivals primates. They've been seen using tools, working in teams, and remembering places long after they've been disturbed. Scientists have called them the world's most adaptable mammal, and they deserve it. They can live in frozen tundras, scorching deserts, or city outskirts, feeding on anything from roots to rooftop garbage. To some, they're pests. To nature, they're engineers. Every dig, every snort, every stomp reshapes the earth beneath them, aerating soil, scattering seeds, planting new life without even realizing it. They are destruction and creation in the same heartbeat. But long before biologists wrote papers about them, poets wrote myths. The wild boar has been both feared and worshipped across time. To the Celts, it was a creature of courage, a totem of warriors who refused to kneel. In Japan, it was called Inoshishi, a spirit of determination and luck. In Greek myth, the Caledonian boar was a beast so fierce it united heroes and destroyed kingdoms. Even today, people speak of them with awe and a little fear. Farmers curse their name. Storytellers whisper about their rage. And yet, those who watch them closely know another truth. Wild boars aren't mindless. They're careful. They plan. A boar can sense traps and remember them for years. They communicate through over 20 different sounds, and their sense of smell is so precise they can detect mushrooms a meter underground. When danger comes, they don't flee. They form circles, tusks outward, protecting their young in a wall of defiance. That's not brutality. That's strategy. They've been called monsters, but the wild boar is a strategist, a survivor, a soldier who fights only when forced. What's strange and beautiful is how much they mirror us. The wild boar is fiercely social yet independent, stubborn yet caring. Females, known as sows, lead small family groups called sounders, teaching their piglet how to find food and avoid predators. Those piglets, striped brown and yellow like tiny watermelons, are pure mischief on legs, always running, squealing, exploring. Males live solitary lives, appearing only for mating season like gruff wanderers returning from exile. They fight violently but rarely without cause, and when they lose, they retreat with quiet dignity. Their mud baths aren't random either. They're protection, cooling the body, soothing skin, and keeping insect away. Humans buy sunscreen and spa masks. Wild boars roll in puddles and get better results. Their intelligence is almost unsettling. They can recognize individual people and even change their behavior based on who they encounter. Hunters tell stories of boars that circle back to ambush them, and scientists have confirmed. They learn, they adapt, they retaliate. In that way, they're not just animals. They're thinkers with tusks. If evolution had a sense of humor, the wild boar would be its punchline, a creature that refuses to fit any category. It's not predator or prey, not hero or villain. It's simply unstoppable. The more humans chase it, the smarter it becomes. The more cities expand, the deeper it learns our ways. It raids crops, steals fruit, and sometimes shows up in downtown traffic like a furry tank on a joyride. In one viral video, a wild boar in Italy ran off with a man's bag of groceries while the entire park watched, a perfect symbol of untamed confidence. Yet even in chaos, they serve a purpose. Their constant digging helps forests regenerate, and their presence maintains ecological balance. They are both destroyers and gardeners of the earth. In a world that keeps trying to box everything in, the wild boar remains gloriously unboxed, raw, stubborn, alive. They remind us that control is an illusion, that nature doesn't ask for permission, and that true strength isn't polished, it's wild. And for one last laugh before you go, why don't wild boars ever get lost? Because no matter where they wander, they always hog the spotlight.